Imagine a war that has been raging for billions of years. A war so deadly, it claims trillions of lives every single day. Yet we barely notice it. The battlefield? Our very own planet. The weapon? A microscopic agent so powerful, it has shaped life on Earth in ways we can barely comprehend. It's not a deadly predator, nor a venomous toxin. This weapon is something far more insidious. The bacteriophage, also known as the bacteria eater. Welcome to the world of bacteriophages, the deadliest beings on planet Earth, lurking in places most of us have never even thought to look. They're not quite alive, yet not truly dead. And the more we learn about them, the more we realize that they're the silent predators driving one of the most critical battles of life itself. But before you start to panic, don't worry. While bacteriophages are responsible for some of the planet's most terrifying death tolls, they also hold the key to saving millions of lives. Curious? Let's dive in. The bacteriophage, a silent predator. Bacteriophages are viruses that specifically target bacteria. They have been roaming Earth for billions of years, outnumbering every other living thing on the planet. In fact, there are more bacteriophages on Earth than all of the living organisms combined. Yes, you heard that right. There are more bacteriophages than all of the bacteria, plants, animals, and humans together. They're everywhere, on your skin, in your gut, on your eyelashes. In fact, they might be on your body right now. What makes them so deadly is their method of attack. Unlike other viruses that target human cells, bacteriophages are laser-focused on bacteria. They're like tiny biological missiles, capable of identifying their target with pinpoint accuracy. Once they find a bacteria, they latch onto it using specialized fibers on their tail, inject their genetic material into the bacterium, and begin to hijack the bacterium's internal machinery to create copies of themselves. As the bacterium becomes filled with newly formed bacteriophages, it ruptures, releasing hundreds, sometimes thousands, of new viruses into the environment. And just like that, the cycle continues, wiping out bacteria in its wake. The hidden threat: antibiotic resistance. Now, you might be wondering, how does this relate to us? Well, we humans have had a long history of battling harmful bacteria thanks to antibiotics. For over a century, antibiotics have been our go-to weapon, saving countless lives. However, the overuse and misuse of antibiotics have given rise to a terrifying problem: antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic-resistant bacteria, or superbugs, are bacteria that have evolved to resist the effects of the drugs that once killed them. In fact, by the year 2050, it is predicted that antibiotic-resistant bacteria could kill more people annually than cancer. Right now, more than 23,000 people die each year in the United States alone from infections caused by these superbugs. The rise of these superbugs is a direct result of our over-reliance on antibiotics, which, while effective, are blunt instruments that often kill both harmful and beneficial bacteria in the body. This indiscriminate destruction creates an environment where resistant strains can thrive. The phage revolution, a new hope. But here's where things get interesting. While antibiotics have become less effective against these resistant strains, bacteriophages, those tiny invisible predators, have been quietly evolving for billions of years alongside bacteria, developing ever more sophisticated ways to hunt and kill them. And now, scientists are exploring how to harness these ancient viruses to fight back against antibiotic resistance. Phage therapy, or the use of bacteriophages to treat bacterial infections, has been around for nearly a century but fell out of favor with the advent of antibiotics. However, as antibiotic resistance becomes an increasingly dire global issue, bacteriophages are making a comeback as a potential solution. Unlike antibiotics, which can affect a broad range of bacteria, bacteriophages are highly specific to the bacteria they target, making them a precision weapon in the fight against infection. In fact, researchers are now considering bacteriophages as the next frontier in medical treatments. Imagine a world where instead of relying on broad-spectrum antibiotics that wipe out your good bacteria, we use these tiny, viral assassins to precisely target and kill harmful bacteria while leaving your healthy microbes untouched. The potential is immense, and while there are still challenges ahead, the results so far are promising. The challenges of phage therapy. But using bacteriophages isn't without its complications. First and foremost, bacteria can develop resistance to phages as well. Just like antibiotic-resistant bacteria, some bacteria have learned how to fend off phages. However, the advantage we have is that, just like bacteria, phages can evolve as well. In fact, scientists are already working on ways to create phage cocktails that combine multiple phages to target different strains of bacteria at once, making it harder for the bacteria to adapt. Additionally, while phage therapy has shown promise in treating infections in places like Eastern Europe, where it's been used for decades, it's still a relatively niche field in Western medicine. The process of isolating and customizing the right phage for a specific infection is complex and time-consuming. However, the potential benefits of personalized, phage-based treatments could revolutionize how we approach bacterial infections, offering a lifeline to those who have run out of options with traditional antibiotics. The future. Can we win the arms race? The battle between bacteriophages and bacteria is an ongoing arms race that has lasted for eons. While bacteriophages are incredibly effective at killing bacteria are not sitting idle. Over millions of years, bacteria have developed countless mechanisms to defend themselves, and they're constantly evolving in response to phages. The question is, can we outsmart them? The answer lies in our ability to keep up with both the bacteria and the bacteriophages. As technology advances and our understanding of these viral creatures deepens, we're getting better at using them as weapons in the fight against infectious diseases. With the right tools and strategies, phage therapy could one day become a mainstream treatment, saving countless lives from the scourge of antibiotic resistance. So, the next time you think about bacteria, remember this. While they may seem like silent, invisible threats lurking in every corner, there's an even more insidious predator hunting them down. The bacteriophage, a virus that preys on bacteria, could very well be the key to unlocking a new era of medical treatments. As we face the rise of superbugs and antibiotic resistance, these tiny viral assassins might just be the heroes we need. But in this ongoing battle, one thing is certain. The war between bacteria and bacteriophages will continue. And as we push forward into this new era of medicine, we'll need to remain vigilant, adaptable, and ready to evolve alongside these microscopic warriors. I hope this deeper dive into the world of bacteriophages has sparked your curiosity. These viruses, once seen as dangerous and destructive, might just hold the solution to one of the greatest medical challenges of our time. Stay tuned as this battle continues to unfold. Who knows what discoveries lie ahead?